Hello everyone, welcome to the Game Changers Pet Care Summit 2020. I am so excited that you are here with us today. Whatever part of the world you are in, good morning, good evening, good day, good midday. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. We wanted to throw on this free summit just so we can kind of get us all in the same room. We've had a crazy 2020 to say the least. And just on a whim, because that's how I roll, on a whim, my mentor was hosting a summit and I was like, I think we should do a summit in the pet care industry. So 2 months later, we got it all together and we're here. Groomers, dog walkers, pet sitters, trainers, daycare providers, everyone in the pet business, influencers, mentors are here with us to bring you as much information as you can. So hold on to your seats. Get engaged because we have a lot of freebies that I like giving away. It's one of my favorite things in a summit. But just enjoy yourself. Definitely don't be shy. Don't stand in the background. Chit chat. We are doing a live session at 4 p.m. Eastern. So that is a good time to come on Zoom. We can do small breakout rooms. We can keep us all together. But just to kind of mingle, why not? The introverts, I'm yelling at you today. Come on out and just mingle with us today. So who am I? I am Natasha O'Banion. I own Walk with Renzo and Ruby in Washington, D.C. I also, of course, host and manage the Start Scale Sales Summit, along with the Start Scale Sale Business Automation Agency. Our agency is strictly on getting the you out of your business. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Our job is to put as many systems, processes, and everything else that you can enjoy your best life possible, and your business is not dependent on your physical presence. If you know me, you know that is what I'm super passionate about. Making sure you can enjoy your kids, you can break a leg, you can travel, you can play golf, you can take a nap, and your business is still operating with you every single day without you being there. No longer do you have to tell your clients, hey, I'm sick, you got to get somebody else, or I'm taking a vacation, or I have a family emergency. You always have backup. So that's what we are. So how to take the you out of your business. Welcome, guys. So first of all, I want you to turn off all distractions. If you are surfing Facebook or surfing Instagram, turn it off. You only got a few minutes. Now, the way this is actually all going to work is we try to keep the presentations pretty short. Now, mine might be long because I have a lot of information to give, but for the most part, the sessions are 20-25 minutes. Just because we know there's a lot of content to give, we don't want to have you sitting here for an hour, throughout the day. So each day is going to be about 5 to 6 speakers, 20 to 25 minutes each. So just to kind of give you a heads up, and if you're catching it. One thing I did do for everybody also is extend 2 more days. So we are with you Wednesday through Friday, but you also have the sessions all the way until Sunday night. So if you're panicking, you get anxiety about when am I going to listen to all this, you have all the way until Sunday. So that was something we did. Now, roll call! Who is here with us? Dog walkers, pet sitters, groomers, trainers, and daycare providers. That is our audience in the pet business. You've been wondering, how do I get myself a day off? Will I ever see another holiday or weekend to myself or my family? How many years, will I have to do this before I see freedom? Will anyone take care of my clients like I will? How much pushback will I receive from my clients? And this can't be life. This is not life. How long can I run like this? Why is this important to you right now? You have existing client base and a brand. You know you should be protecting yourself with a risk management plan that will become pandemic and future-proof. But you're also not sure how to get started. Why is this important to you right now? Because you haven't hired. You know doing so will allow you to step away, work on being the visionary of your business, but it's been a slow process. Why is this important to you right now? Because you're on the hamster wheel. How do I scale? What if something happens to me or a family member? Is this the end of my business? How do I live life with peace of mind that I really desire? I need more control of this thing. So imagine if you were able to set your business on autopilot, not requiring your daily presence. Imagine if you had a team you confidently led and locked arms with, allowing you to expand your business's vision. Imagine if you were getting recurring customers while you are sleeping, ding, 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 and you have little to no admin work or task. Well, the purpose of this masterclass is to share the keys to setting up your infrastructure. We were going to walk you through the new way to automate your systems while you sleep. Explain how you can work alongside me to hire your ideal candidates, do more with less, because I'm a lazy entrepreneur. I like to do more with less, and take control of your business freedom. Stay with me to the end. These are clickables. I have put a meet and greet questionnaire in there for you, so you'll have that to walk away with. Stay with me to the end because I'm also going to give you all knockout questions. So not only do you have the meet and greet questionnaire to pre-qualify your customers, which is so important, it's going to save you so much time, but without losing quality, you're also going to have knockout questions. These are pre-interview questions to kind of interview your client and interview your ideal candidate. So juicy stuff. Hey, this is me, crazy dog mom, Natasha O'Banion, with a master plan. I have spent 13 years in the automotive industry, from customer service, executive assistant, HR, sales rep, and financial manager. Within these roles, I've relied heavily on a dog walker to take care of Renzo and Ruby while I chase my aspirations. After years of burnout, I decided to start the company on my own. And I really wanted to start this company exactly tailored to the desire that I had as a dog parent. Detailed, easy to use, professional, and on auto. As a fellow dog mom, I knew exactly what my ideal client wanted. That was myself. Next level service. Master plan. Okay, Natasha, you're doing it. You're in the business. What's up? Kiss all the dogs. Let me move my face over. Kiss all the dogs. Duplicate my current 6-figure income because I was living a certain lifestyle that I wanted to stick with. Offer next level service. Hire immediately and go live my best life. Hello, was that too much to ask for? So here's what happened to me. 2015, I started. Little old me with a little afro puff. That's all I wanted to do was just wear my little fro. I started off in my small town of Laurel, Maryland. That was my first mistake, I will say. How many of you have started your business where you live? Like exactly where you live, that's your first territory. That was I. Now that was not market research that I recommend, but I did start off there. After only a few months, I decided that this area was not scalable, and I did give it to one of my great friends that was already servicing the area. I then pivoted over to Washington, D.C., where most of my ideal clients lived. So hey, don't you love the memories when you go back? I was able to pivot to my ideal territory. I was able to hire immediately, literally the very next month. I brought on a lot of my girlfriends who did yoga and bartending, and I was able to retire my husband and just start kissing all the dogs. That was my plan, and we did it. Woo! That was easy. I made it look easy, right? No. In the first 6 months, yes, we did hire my dream team. We did expand to the 3 states, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I did hit my 6-figure goal, and I went on vacation. I was living my automotive mind of like, okay, cool, I did my goal. I need a trip. I called my bestie and I said, come on girl, we hit our first check mark. Let's go on a vacation. Whoa, the pivot. No girl, no, sit down and wait. Although I hit my immediate check marks, my plan was not scalable. While on vacation, I started putting out fires as soon as I got off the plane. How many of you have been in that situation where you attempt to go on a vacation? You tempt to take off. You tempt to take a nap. And your phone is like, ding, ding, bing, bing. Oh my God, my phone gives me anxiety. I need to disconnect. So that was me. I got off the airplane. As soon as I got off, phone was blowing off the hook. I quickly realized my 6-figure success was purely based off of me being accessible and telling everybody what to do. I don't like to do that, by the way. I went back to my business, a little resentful, and decided maybe traveling, which was my unicorn dream, wasn't going to be in the immediate cards. So yes, I did fall into acceptance and complacency. After I attempted to take that vacation, and it was just a disaster. I was supposed to enjoy and relax and breathe. We went to Jamaica. It was just bad. It was not fun. My phone was going off. Every time I tried to get a cocktail or go to the beach, somebody had a question or they weren't sure what to do. It was so bad. I was like, not leaving. Forget it. So I went back to my day-to-day with a full-time dog walker shift. And I figured, like, this is just how it's going to be for a while. Like, maybe I just, shouldn't travel. And maybe, like, I was too aggressive. Maybe that dream was just too far out. Well, boom! 6 months into living in that complacency and not being the real person that I am and not being true to myself, God, the man above, dropped a bundle on me. Literally. I was pregnant. 1 year in business, 3 states, 15 employees, and I was pregnant. I literally felt like a 16-year-old person. Like, what the heck? I have 2 babies. I am not ready for this. I just created my dream career. What are you doing here? I was not ready. But God, He has His ways. How in the world was I going to be a mom and run a business? Both babies equally eating me. Needing me. Well, when life throws you lemons, you add vodka, or you go sober and just boss up. All right, Natasha, so I did decide that my unicorn dream would come true. I was able to scale to multi-6 figures in preparation for baby number 1. I did marry my husband. I carried and delivered now almost my 2nd daughter. I've traveled to 15 countries. I renovated an RV. I moved away 1,400 miles from my home base of DC to Texas. And I now work remotely and I check in on my business weekly. So I say this to say that you could allow your unicorn dream to drop off and fall complacent on where you are and what has happened to you. Or you can boss up, take what it is, and make the best out of it. In my case, people ask me my why, what happened, where did I pivot, what changed? It was me becoming a mom for me. I didn't even think I was going to become a mom, but God decided that the only way I was going to stop my car business mentality of go, go, go mode that I was in was to become a mother. That's probably the only thing. He knew what he was doing. That's the only thing that was going to get my tail to sit down. So I didn't know if my daughter was going to come out with, less fingers or toes. I didn't know if she was going to have any disabilities. I just didn't know. So all these unknown fear factors got my shit into shape, okay? I told my husband, I was like, whoa, I cannot run this business full time. If the baby comes out and she needs me and I need to be here or there, like, what am I going to do? I'm not running the business right now without me. I'm not living individually, and I'm not going to be the mom that I wanted to be if I was ever going to become a mom. So this situation did shit me into shape. So looking back at the young grasshopper, yes, I am a super proud wife, a mom, and a business owner. But how did I do it? I'm going to give you all the tea today. In this masterclass, I'm going to show you how to take control of your situation, how to stop being complacent and living the life you created and start living the life you've created, how we apply a risk management plan, babies, hey, and At the end of our time together, you are going to learn how to let your day-to-day operation run without you, keep your unicorn dream, your freedom, and still run a successful business that does not burn you out. Can I get a hallelujah? If you are here with me and you want no burnout, put hallelujah in the chat box. So here's where we're going. We're going to take you through the 5 pillars that I like to talk about in my course. Mindset, the game plan, sales and marketing strategy, automating your systems, and hiring and training your team. I will show you how to work alongside with me. And then at the end, we will be able to ask some live Q&A if anyone has any questions. All right, y'all? Ready to go? So if you feel like, well, okay, Natasha, that's you, girlfriend. That's not me. You feel like, well, can I really do this? Like, for real, for real? You feel too, again, that's you, girl. That's not me. I'm over here. You feel overwhelmed. But the thought of starting, that initial start is just taking you over. Uh-oh. Natasha is going to try to take me out of my comfort zone. Stranger, danger, what did I sign up for? Why am I here? This girl is crazy. Yes, I'm going to do all that. All that. So, mindset is so important. This is why mindset is my very, very, very first pillar. I cannot change your mind, but it is something that I work on. Being an owner of a dog walking business is so easy for me. That is something that has come natural now that I've put the systems and processes and automations in place. My clients can book us on the app while I'm sleeping. They get their walker, they fill out their forms, and we show up. It's very, very easy. But becoming a mentor, I had to really dig deep and decide if I was going to do this. Because not only that the clients can book a dog walk and we're done hands off, being a mentor requires so much work just on this very first pillar of mindset. So many of us are in our ways. The older we get, the worse it gets. But we're in our ways. We're doing it the way that we have seen so far that has worked comfortably. That wish, that dream that I typically ask you about. When I take on a new client, the first thing I say is, don't tell me about your pet business. I don't need to hear that. I need to hear what it is you love doing, who you are, what you stand for, and when this thing is all said and done, what is it that you really dream of, you want your life to look like? Just give me that. That's my motivation. I want to help people get to that place. So that's your mindset. It determines instantly what side of your dreams you will land on. Are you going to stay a wisher, or are you going to be turning into a doer? I am responsible for every result in my life. If I want different results, I have to change my thoughts and my actions. Should I read this one more time? I am responsible for every result in my life. If I want different results, I have to change my thoughts and my actions. Comfort and fear are the top 2 contributors to empowering limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs is something I always go back to. What is that? What are limiting beliefs? If I try, I will fail. I'm not good enough. That won't work for me. Nope, not here. I don't know, maybe I don't deserve it. This seems to be working out just fine. How we are living has been working okay. We'll just keep it like this. We're comfortable, we're content, whatevs. It's just easier. We have control, and this is making me feel safe. Then you start hanging out in these peas of a pods, and you start hanging out with other people who have the same limiting beliefs. Let's talk about the drama-dependent versus data-driven. Let's talk about 3 personalities. We have the victim that says, poor me, not in my control, this is not working, I don't know what went wrong, it might be good for you, that might work for you, but it is not going to work for me, it's just not, I'm just done, it's not, I'm the victim. Then you have the persecutor. It's not me, it's them. My clients are crazy, my staff don't get it, I don't know what part of their tail they're looking up, but they don't see eye to eye with me. I don't want to hire. This is just too much. I don't want to be responsible for these people. And you know what? It's them. It's just not even me. Damn. Then you have the rescuer. That is the enabler who loves to give advice, who loves to tell everybody what to do just to avoid dealing with their own issues. So they'll be the first to give you their opinion. They love hanging out with the victims because, that really makes them feel good. But you don't want to be the rescuer. So these are the drama-dependent cycles that we tend to fall into as entrepreneurs that keep us from our dreams. This is part of that mindset cycle. Let's not be the victim, the persecutor, or the rescuer. This is Alyssa. Oh, my girl. She was one of my first clients in my course launch that I work with. She is based out of Pennsylvania. She had a few limiting beliefs. One, that her audience would never go for that. She was too terrible on video. Natasha, I am not taking a video. Don't even bring that near me. No way am I leaving my territory. Alyssa is in a small royal town in Pennsylvania. And of course, I'm bringing her all these different action plans. And she's like, pause on the play, not happening. All the applicants that she's getting as hirees are not going to take dog walking seriously in her area. Well, Alyssa, I'm so proud of you, girl, because she was able to get through her limiting beliefs. She was able to hire. She was able to expand. She was able to add a daycare, and Miss Missy is doing video. Look at that. Next pillar is our game plan. So you have your mindset. We're going to work on that. And then you want to look at your game plan. What do I want this to look like? Now, this is a serious question to yourself because so many of us have different ideas of what their business should look like. I like to travel, so I knew for a fact that I needed to get systems in place so I could travel. I also like to take a nap. I am a mom. I need nap options. So I knew that I needed things in my business that was going to allow me to still nap. I'm also an avid ballroom dancer. I used to teach ballroom for years, and I love it. I love it. If I'm having a bad day, I go to the studio, and I'm having a great day. So all of us have different reasons why we do what we do. Some people want to go golfing again. They want to go horseback riding. They want to be a real estate agent. There's so many different reasons why you're doing what you're doing. Of course, we're going to love on animals and be with them and change their lives. For me, I really believe in providing a social lifestyle for dogs. I really feel that we have our coworkers and our friends and our families, and our dogs are just sitting there in the window just waiting on us to come back. So I really believe in providing a social lifestyle for them. I believe that that makes them even healthier. So if you don't know what you stand for, you will fall for anything. Have you ever noticed people's websites or social media just start looking alike? When you click on this pet care provider and that pet care provider, you're like, God damn it, your services are sounding a little bit like my services. Your social media might be looking a little bit like Susie's social media. If you don't stand for something and you know like your area, your target, your vision, your vibe, you will start falling for anything. Oh, it's working for them, so maybe I might try it. Oh, that looks like a nice graphic. I might put it in there. So you want whatever your sticky notes look like or however you set your game plan up, you want to make sure it is working for you. Now, what is the guts of a solid game plan? Woo! Bringing you back to 5th grade. Who, what, when, where, how, why. I mean, sometimes this is very basic. I think us as adults, sometimes we make it really complicated. But it literally takes us back to the 5th grade. Who? That's our avatar. Who is your customer? Who is your ideal customer? What do they do? Where do they work? Where do they live? What do they want? What's their needs? What's their problems? What's their pain points? That is your who. Your what are your services. Maybe you don't want to offer every service that every pet care provider offers. Maybe you do. So what are your services? What are the services that make you tick and make you feel happy and that you can scale? When? Very, very big. Your operating hours. You know, there's business hours that you do admin and you talk to people and you take phone calls and you take leads. But then there's operation hours. So if you are also like a pet sitter, you need to make it very clear when you're answering the phone in business hours to when you're just operating and doing evening walks or such. Same thing with trainers. A lot of trainers work after hours, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But are you still taking phone calls at that time? Are you still taking appointments at that time? You need to be very clear on the when. Where? Pet care provider mistake number 1, not doing market research. Deciding on where you want to service. Do you want to stay in a small town and take your probability? By the way, this business is math. If you know me, I am a math person. Everything I do is literally on math and data. So is the probabilities in your area where you live for you to survive and sustain your lifestyle? Or do you need to do a little more market research and find out what you're offering? Are you in the right area? I always give the parallel to like a country rock star. You need to go to Nashville. Why are you trying to be a country star in Washington, D.C.? Or an actress, go to LA. Why are you trying to be an actress in Michigan? You know what I mean? So it kind of goes hand in hand on what you're looking for and what you're trying to achieve. Then your how is your software, your systems. Are you going to be a solopreneur? Are you going to have a team? Do you have risk management for either one of those probabilities that you've decided? And then your why. Your why is what keeps you in the game. Your why is your purpose. Why are you doing this? Why are you in the pet care industry? When things get rough and tough and just make no freaking sense sometimes, why are you doing this? That is the guts. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Oprah. Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody's going to know whether you did it or not. So these are all decisions that you have to make for yourself, for your family, for your team, and they have to make sense to you. Only you have to live with your framework and your business. I know we get caught up in Facebook groups sometimes and other thought leaders and maybe mentors, but at the end of the day, Natasha's going to go do Natasha. Jeff is going to go do Jeff. Michelle is going to go do Michelle. At the end of the day, you have to live with your business framework. But while the rest of us are passing you by, make sure that the framework that you decided was not based on your limiting beliefs. Our third pillar is your sales and marketing strategy. This is where I come in. The world needs what you got. No matter who you are, where you come from, your age, your background, your religion, how many years you've been in the pet care industry, how much service you've done, rescue service or volunteer work. The world needs what you have. I remember when I first started, I used to volunteer at the Montgomery County Animal Shelter in my hometown. But I would rescue and just volunteer. I'd walk the dogs on the weekends. Like when I would have time, whenever the car business wasn't pulling me everywhere. But when I first started, I was like, Natasha, you aren't like a vet tech, okay? You aren't like in the pet care business for like 10 years. So how are you going to stand out between some of these other dog walkers? If you know anything about Washington, D.C., there's like 300 of us hanging out in our area. There's saturation where we are. But I had those limiting beliefs. I was like, I don't know, am I going to be able to stand out? Am I going to be able to to compete? And then quickly out of my mind, I was like, hell yeah, I can compete. Because you know why? Because I'm my damn customer. I know exactly what these people want. I have been on both sides. I actually have the advantage because I have been a client for many, many years. And now I'm the provider. So I get to show a different perspective that most people probably wouldn't have realized. So whatever situation you're in, the world needs what you got. But how do we get that seen? Okay, so this is our action plan. Number 1, be everywhere online. Take a peek at your website and make sure that your website can cater to a cold audience. So there's a warm audience and there's a cold audience. The warm audience is your referrals, people who already like you, they know you, they're in their neighborhood. You can't really do too wrong because someone's already said that you were freaking amazing. So they're like, okay, whatever, their website is probably a little mediocre, but you know what? Michelle's using them, I'll use them too. But make sure that you can compete with a cold audience. People who click on 5 different pet care providers' grooming shop or training service, and they're like, you know what? I'm choosing this person. What is it about your website, your messaging, your face of the company that a client is going to say, you know what? I'm going here. So be everywhere. If you can go on Thumbtack, you can go on care.com, you can go on Nextdoor, wherever you can get yourself online, post. A little exercise I used to do with a lot of my clients is find 100 free resources to post your business. And sometimes this is like random, but post wherever you can post for free. Post, put your business out there. And be the face of the company, right? This is a very personal business. Clients want to know your story. They want to know why you're doing this. Who is my dog with? The employees behind the company. Who's the owner? Aren't you ever curious? Like when I had my dog walker, she never really posted her personal dog. And I always wanted to know. I was so nosy. I was like, I wonder what kind of dog she has. You know, I wonder what her life is like, right? I was just nosy. So people want to know. So whatever you can show them, you know, your story, how you got started, your inspiration, why you do what you do, what keeps you going. Those are things that people just feel so connected. And they're like, wow, this is a company that I can really stand by. People stand by brands. Brands really are other people. So don't forget that like little sweet spot that you could be missing, that face of the company. I know some of us are like, no, I don't want to be the face of the company. And that's fine. You don't have to come on video if you don't want to, but do have like a bio and, you know, give us something. And then like, don't be too bougie not to give your service away. If you want to offer a free dog walk when you first sign up, or if you have pet supply products, or if you want to give 15% off your grooming service, give a little something. You want to capture the customer so they can share the experience they had with you with someone else. If you do not capture enough people to bring them into your funnel, you're not going to have opportunity to get your name out there, to get your business out there. So one thing I used to do is give a free walk away. When you sign up with us, your first walk was no charge. People love that. It was a no risk kind of situation. If you offer pet treats or something, maybe send them a little goodies in the mail. Why not? People and other companies and businesses do it all the time. Send them something. Send them some promo, a pack. Get yourself out there. Volunteer. The more you can be in your community, at rescues, animal shelters, what have you, that's in your neighborhood, get out there. Be part of the community. You want yourself to be a household name. And the only way to get yourself as a household name is by putting yourself out there. Of course, Google and Yelp reviews. I know a lot of us just hate Yelp and, you know, won't go there today. But at the end of the day, clients are still clicking on Yelp. Luckily, if they click on Google, it's going to take them to Yelp. But, you know, they're still doing it. So don't kick yourself out of the game by saying, oh, I hate Yelp, I don't want to do it. Don't kick yourself out of the game. Get yourself a profile. Get some reviews up there. Clients are totally fine with seeing good reviews and bad reviews. I had bad reviews too, and it makes us human. They're kind of crazy, but hey, I keep them up there. I like them. Makes me human. Makes me like, I'm not perfect. Don't look at 5.5, right? So don't be afraid of not letting clients review you, and don't be afraid to not ask for reviews. If you don't put reviews in your process somehow, you're not going to get reviews. If you don't get in the habit of asking when the client finishes the service or before they check out, it's not going to happen. And then if you don't get in the habit of asking again, because clients will say, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then they don't do it. So get in the habit of asking again. You also, right now, Alexa and all those guys, Facebook, mobile, whatever that is, there's a lot of video or voice SEO going on right now. So if you can get yourself on video, talk about all the problems. How much does a dog walker cost? What are some things you should do with your dog's nails? Common training, basic commands, you know, whatever it is that you provide that most clients ask you, go through your text messages, go through your email list, and find out everything that someone has asked you before, and put it on a video or make a blog. If you can do like a blog and a video, that would be good. But when someone searches like how much does a dog walker cost in Washington, D.C., then I want to pop up to answer that question. So do answer your clients' questions so you pop up more often. Don't be afraid of events. Events was a huge contributor to me hitting 6 figures in 6 months. I love doing events. I happened to be one of those people who was a huge renter. I always lived in luxury apartments before when I was just like at my day job. And every single year I moved. All my friends thought I was crazy. They're like, oh my God, Natasha, you're moving again. Because the rent kept going up. If you are there and you've been there, say, hey, rent life. So they would raise the rent every year. So I would move into another apartment complex and then another complex and another complex. Well, God knowing, those relationships that I built over the years of me continuing to move, they turned back around for me. Because I was able to go in there and provide events, provide a social lifestyle. Hey, bring in the party. That was what I was about. So definitely events was a huge contributor. Right now we're in COVID, so we can't do events. But don't act like we can't still stay in contact with those providers. Don't act like we can't stay in contact with those relationships. Check in on them. Do a Bonjour video and just say, hey, Bazzuto, I've just been checking on y'all, see what's been going on in your side of the world. They want content too. If you are going into an apartment complex or any of these luxury communities and you are not providing some kind of like monthly content or pet-friendly tips that they can give to their portal, they're not going to work with you. Just giving y'all my tip. But if you come there and say, hey, I noticed you guys were a pet-friendly community. We are a premier pet care provider in the neighborhood. We can offer you boom, boom, boom. They're going to say, hey, yes, we love seeing you. You do not have to bring them donuts. You do not have to bring them coffee. If you want to, sure. But be genuine. Like, no one likes a fake person. It's like, oh, I bought you cookies. Can you put the flyers in the packet now? And they're like, oh my God, go away. I'm trying to like rent this apartment right now, right? So do give value to why you're in front of their faces so they keep you there. Also keep nurturing those relationships, out of sight, out of mind. And the next glittery thing that pops up, they're going to go with them. So stay relevant. Also branding. We have Kayla that's going to talk with us from Docs Design, and she's going to talk all about branding. I just did a rebrand. If you followed my business, I've actually changed my logo 3 times. So I had like a really basic paw the first time, and then I had like a metropolitan rail on the paw the second time because we only service metro area. And now I have a more friendly logo that's fit for accessories. So wherever you're going in your business, wherever you're evolving, make sure your branding matches and make sure it's following with you. Because if you have glitter and then you have solid blacks and if you have stripes and then you have like animal print, people are not going to get what you're doing. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Nike, Under Armour, like boom, boom. We know these brands. We've seen them. We love them. We support them. We're familiar with them. So stay consistent in your branding. And social media, oh my God. Right now with COVID times, and even before COVID times, this is a huge time to get on your social media. Leading up to this summit, I have been privileged to follow so many of you now and see what you're doing and see where you're going with your social media accounts. There's so much potential that we all can do. I'll be the first one to tell you that I hated social media. I am a love you, hug you, kiss you, warm you type person. I want to be in your face. I need people. I need connection. And I was like, I don't want to be on social media. It's impersonal. Like, I can just go see my clients at the dog park, or I can just go into the apartment complex and go right to them. Why do I need to be on social media for? But literally, if you've ever heard any of my stories about this, I literally now don't print out flyers anymore, and I don't go door to door anymore, and I don't pack my breakfast and have a marketing day anymore. I just sit on social media, talk to people, engage, build a community with them, and it's great. And I literally have like pajamas on. Hello. So definitely there's so much, I think I talked about this before, and I agree about graphics and national holidays. People don't really care about like, oh, it's National Dog Walker Week. Like, okay, great. It was National Dog Walker Week like last month too, right? So do talk about something that's equivalent, or a different workout they can do, or a partner you're talking with, or something that they can just feel value. Lindsay's going to be coming on with us this in the next couple of days, and she does a really, really good job. She just posted in this month of October about dog-friendly place you can take your dog to, like a pumpkin patch. If you're a dog mom, you're like, yeah, I want this list. Like, where can I take my dog? I want, number one, cute photos of my dog. Number two, I want to get my dog out of the house on the weekends with me. This is great content for clients. So do research. And after you have tested all the methods, decide which one works for you and master it. The great thing about sales and marketing is when you decide what works, don't change it. Just leave it right there. Leave it right there. Keep going at it, master it, and stick with it. If you needed this message today at all, type in the chat box this, okay? I'm here to help you all as much as I can. So if you needed this little pick-me-up to kind of get your boost, a little inspo into what's been happening, just type in this. Fourth pillar is automating your system. So you have this great brand, you have this business idea, you're excited, you're motivated, you've taken your first client. How many of us have decided, like, I'm gonna do this, and you just took your client? You didn't really put your process down. You didn't really, like, it's in here, okay? I'm cool, it's in here. But you didn't write this whole thing out. Only you know how your business operates. Please say that's me in the chat box if that is you. So fourth is automating your systems. Auto life is the best life, according to Natasha. I said it. If you can put your business on auto, your possibilities are endless because you are no longer tied to a desk, tied to your phone, tied to your software. Your clients can book you, fill out forms, they can pre-qualify themselves, and you can just go live your life. This is what I personally believe in. If you are ever doing all the things, I got to do this and this and this, and I'm opening this and this and this. Okay, I don't teach like unhealthy habits. I don't teach things that go against mental health. What I do in automation is make sure your business growth matches your life growth. So I believe that if your business is doing well, financial is going to just come. We are not here to tell you to chase money. I need more clients. I need more clients. No, you need to fix your business. You need to automate your systems so clients can start coming in more freely and your lifestyle is going to match. It's all an equation and all match. Okay? So, time to get clear on what works and what doesn't work. Is you have to sit down with yourself and say, all right, most of us, if you're here at this summit and you've only been in business for under a year, good for you. You're going to probably have a lot of learning curves that you do not have to go through that a lot of us did. So, but if you are like most of us who are in the industry for 2, 3, 10, 30 years, you have to now decide what part of your system works and what doesn't work. What part of it you like and what you don't like. Because at this point in the game, you do know what that feels like. You also have to ask yourself what's scalable. I told you guys my funny story on Pet Sitter Confessional about how I used to write these amazing 2-paragraph reports and roll the carpet out and say, oh, Renzo did this and he was showing off today. Like, that's just my thing. But Natasha, that is not scalable. Like, at first I didn't even know how I had the time to write these 2-paragraph reports, but I did. And I had so much emphasis, and it was just fun because I envision, and that's how I train my staff, I envision the client sitting at their desk, right? They are maybe doing their day-to-day rat race or whichever they are, and they're just like, oh, or they had a meeting, and it may have been a bad day, whatever. And then, boom, your picture pops up with their fur baby, and this amazing report pops up, and they're like, wow. I know my dog is living a great life, but now I'm living a great life. When people go into the new year or they start cutting back expenses and finances and saying like, what can we cut here? What can we cut there? The dog walker or the groomer or the trainer is typically the first to go. So are you building value in your business to the client? So I truly believe, as being a client before, that is so valuable for me to sit at work at my desk, like monotony, and then I get pictures of Renzo and Ruby, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this. This $25 a day is worth it. This $20 a day is worth it. Okay, I'm cut back on coffee, or I won't get my nails done or something because I need this. I need to see my dogs. This peace of mind is so valuable that I have to have it. It started to turn into a drug. My clients right now in COVID, a lot of them are like, you know what? They're home. They're all home. They're like, I can't take the lifestyle from my dog. I can't do it to them, right? So that's where you want your clients to get so put into what you have going on that they start to believe what you believe, that they cannot take their dog's lifestyle away. It is just cruel to do that. And they invest and they keep you for years and years to come. But that is part of your sales and marketing strategy. And that means if you are missing what pieces will survive with you or without you, and what you need to change to make sure the pieces can survive without you. I do a little trick in my course, typically around 4 weeks in, and I say, turn your phone off for an hour and see how many messages you got or see how many emails you got. Then we'll take actionable steps based on that. We need to see when you're missing and for how long, what's going on. And that way we can fix the holes. This is Tammy. She was super, super clear on her messaging. Another person that's come through my course. She knew exactly the parts of her business that she liked and the parts she didn't like. I just needed to help her automate them. Let her think about things that maybe she wasn't thinking about and starting to put them into her system. So let's do this. You got to get organized with the brain dump. You have to sit with yourself. And I know everyone says, I don't have time. Well, it's COVID. You have time now. Don't lie. So you have to sit down with your brain dump and put everything down. Like I said before, go through your text messages, go through your emails. If you need a weather protocol, a key policy, a uniform policy, a cleaning schedule, how we do this, what's our secret sauce, whatever it is you do in your business, your operations, SOPs have to get written out. You should get to a point where you no longer are speaking anything. You are just saying, go here, go here. Oh, did you go here? So when you do write everything out, you want to put it into a go-to place. I love Google Drive. It's free. It's easy. It's clickable. I have a lot of stuff in here for you guys that's clickable, but you do the same thing with your staff. If they ask you a question, you show them where to go, or you click a link and you copy, paste, and send it right to them. So that's where you want to start taking down your operations, your brain dump. Take an hour a day. You know, you don't have to do this overnight, but you do have to start getting intentional. So for me, when I became a mom, baby was inside, 1 month pregnancy, I was like, okay, Natasha, we got 8 months to figure this out. So everything I was doing, I was like, okay, cool. Someone asked me this. All right. Well, even when I answer the phones, how do you answer the phones? I was coaching someone that says, oh, I'm the best person on the phones. Nobody can kind of qualify the customer like I can do it. I just kind of put my pizzazz on the phone. And I'm like, you can train that. So whatever you're saying, whatever questions you're saying, you have to write out a phone script or a software script. Every single thing. I can tell you that I have not worked in my day-to-day for a very long time. So everything I know can be automated because I do it every single day. Your clients and your team members do not read minds. They don't. So make sure that if you have a vision and you see it a certain way, you want to make sure it's clear on paper because they very well could interpret or see their vision as equally great. And that's when you start to get frustrated. That's when you start to see the breakdown. That's when you start to say, you know what? I don't know if hiring is worth it. They don't get it. Well, it's not that they don't get it. No one's telling them how to do it. I had a new hire years ago, and I was like, oh, like maybe you should fix your reports or like make them more fun or put a little more spice in them. And she straight up said, just tell me what you want this to look like, and I'll just do what you want me to do. And I was the first thing in me, I was like, ew, nasty. But then the manager in me instantly was like, you know what? True that. You're right. Let me show you what I like. So then I start putting in my sentences policy. We got 4 sentences and we got 4 pictures. Every walker does it the same way. And so therefore, now all the reports sound pretty great. They look just like how I would do them because we have a template. I stuck in here a daily planner for you all to kind of plan out your day. What's priority, what's not priority, some mindful meditation that you should put in your day-to-day, some reflection in your day-to-day, and also planning for the next day. So you can click on this planner and it will help you to kind of sort out, if you're just not sure, it's a nice little blueprint. You also want to go into your operations, again, cleaning or how to do this, where to find this, all that has to get written out. Also your vendors. If I go into the hospital and I'm in there for days or something's unexpected and my staff needs supplies or they need to talk to the website person to fix something, like who's the vendors? Where do we go to find these people? Who do we go to get our lawyer or our accountant? We need to know all the vendors. And then you also need to train on the client experience, what you have done. Okay, so if you feel that you do this magical sauce with your clients when your meet and greet process, you then also need to duplicate, do role play. I used to love role play in the automotive industry. It really helped build my confidence a lot because I would work with the girls all day long, role playing different scenarios. And sooner or later, when clients would come at me with the role play, I'd be like, boom, we already did that role play, got it. I've had a client like that because I've already been practicing it. Same thing with these political debates. They're practicing role play. So do the same thing with your client experience. What you're doing on a meet and greet, or when you check in a client, or when you qualify a client, you're training, what have you, train that. And make sure your brand is matching what you're doing, okay? So everything is trainable. And once you set your SOPs, empower and lead by showing where things are found. Nobody feels confident where they can just ask you something you're going to answer. Okay, I know it's so hard not to do this. Somebody asks you a question, you're like, oh, just do it like this. Just do it like this. But you're not empowering your team or yourself by just telling everybody what to do. Show them where to go, as we said before, and you'll become the leader that your team needs. Next thing you know, they're going to say, oh, I don't want to talk to her. She's going to tell me to go here. Oh, she's going to just tell me to go here. Like my staff are like that with me now. They will not call me. They would call my husband first because my husband, he's a little bit easier than me. But they would not call me. They're like, oh, she's just going to tell us to look over here or look over here. And I just thought calling her right now was just easier. Ugh. But if you baby this and you cradle the situation, you will never be able to walk away. So make sure you're leading your team. The fifth pillar is hiring and training your team. Fact, how can you go missing for anything with no coverage? I have seen lately that a lot of pet care providers nowadays are making graphics on when they're missing. Like, sorry, I'm at a funeral, we'll get back to you in a couple days, or I'm on vacation, so we're closed. Amen to the business and the client that has that understanding and trust with you to allow that. But for me, I ran a very busy life. And if my pet care provider was missing or went on vacation or what have you, I'm like, okay, well, the show still continues, right? I, of course, want them to have a great life and do what they need to do. But I'm like, can you at least throw a bone my way? Can you at least give me a referral? So when you talk about, you missing or leaving, and you talk about providing professional care, I just wonder, how can you go missing without no coverage? So let's get off the fear wagon. Let's get professional and get yourself a team. Have your customers' backs. I see so many oxymorons. I do this for my customer, and I show them about how my customer is obese, and I tell them what just high quality foods they should have, and I give them the best equipment. Okay, but then when you need to go traveling or you need to do something personal, you're like, oops, sorry, not sorry. I actually only provide professionalism until this part, until this part. So do get yourself a team or a referral. Jess Bay is actually going to talk about a few ways that she covers herself when she has an emergency or travels and needs to do something. So definitely get yourself a community partners that you can still take care of your customer when you are there or when you're not there. And also, if you're going to have that trust factor, let me trust that you're reliable. Let me trust that if something happens, you have my back. Okay? Don't make your customer go searching off for a provider or a solution when you're not there. We just don't treat people like that. All right, this is Sherry. Sherry also took my course. She actually hired a team so she could keep her day job. She asked me, she said, you know what, Natasha, I really want to get into pet care, but I really, really love my day job. She's a personal assistant, a one-person show that supports a boss, just one, so it's just her and him, and they're really, really close. And she's like, I just don't want to leave him hanging. You know, I've been with him for so long. My benefits are good. But I really do want to get into pet care. She had previously been in childcare. And I said, do it. Keep it. Take both. Okay? You can have it all. Have both. I said, I will show you. This is the perfect scenario. I will show you how to curate a team to where you don't have to be there and you can keep your day job. So Sherry hired her first teammates. Pet care looks different for all of us. There's all ways to make this bad boy work. But she kept her day job. She hired a team and she sits at her desk. One thing is for sure, you can be duplicated. What do we do to get this to happen? Qualifying, hiring, ad. This is the time you say exactly what you need, okay? People ask me this all the time. When I go into a new territory or a new state and I don't have a full shift, I say, listen, I'm looking to hire someone for 1 to 2 walks. Keep it real. Don't lie. I have 1 to 2 walks. We're expanding in this area. And I would love to have someone come on board where they can expand with us and grow with us. Is that you? And I'll say, sure, I can do 1 or 2 walks. Works for me. And, you know, in 3 months or 2 months, when you get more clients, I can take more on also. Or, you know what? No, Natasha, I think, you know, 1 or 2 is cool. I'm in school or I'm handling this, handling that. And I think I can just sign up for just part-time with you. Keep it real, okay? When you keep it real, a real candidate will find you. So just be honest. Don't be afraid about it. I have put in here knockout questions. So a couple questions you can ask each candidate that kind of knocks them out of the category. If you have Jazz HR, which they're going to be coming on in the summit as well, a great automation system to streamline your hiring, you can put these knockout questions right in there. So if you need someone to drive and they say, no, I ride a bike, okay, well, that knocks them out. If you say you need someone to do holidays and weekends and they say, no, I only can do midday, all right, that knocks them out. So you save a lot of time in streamlining your hiring when you set these systems up. I also put our video in there on to actually hire. So it's going to take you from your ad to your candidates, what you're looking for, and how to get them on board. Staff training, something I'm very, very passionate about because I love, love, love the staff. I believe that I am nothing without my team. Nothing. It's great that I'm the owner and I started this thing, but if my team is not here locking arms with me, I am nothing. So do treat your staff like family, protect them, put them first. Make sure you are not instantly, attacking them and going on the client side. Research, fact find, do an investigation. If anything happens with my staff, I say, okay, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm going to go ahead and do an investigation and I'm going to get back to you. I do not immediately take the client's side. That's not the way you want to show the team that you have their back. It is so much easier to get a new client than to get a new staff member. So make sure you are treating your team how you would want to be treated. We all remember days where we had those jobs, we had to figure out what to do, and if we were doing a good job, we just weren't sure and didn't have confidence in our workplace. Provide confidence in your workplace. Put in, reviews where you can just ensure them everything is good. Put in work chats where you can chit chat with the team, make sure they feel included. So those things are so, so great when you are curating a team, okay? So whatever you want the staff to know, do spell it out. They can do a great job from their point of view. So don't forget, your vision is your vision. If you want someone to follow it, make sure you spell it out. The obvious question, stay focused and follow a proven roadmap. I've done this. I've been here on both tracks, and our roadmap is proven for success, and it works. So we want to invite you to our all-access membership. It is for all pet care providers. In our membership, you will, number one, save time. I am the millennia, okay? 1986, that's me. I am time saver. Get me in the room with the experts. Put me right in front of who I need to talk to. get me results and get me out of here. Okay, that's what I am about. Do not slow walk me. Do not give me bits and pieces. Do not trickle drop me. Give me everything I need so I can save time. I don't want to look on the internet. I don't want to read books. I don't want to watch videos. Give me what I'm asking, okay? Because membership is going to get you in the house to save time. You will have access to all the speaker recordings from the summit, of course. We will do bi-weekly coaching. We might change this to weekly, but right now bi-weekly. Even in my online course, I noticed that everybody prefers the bi-weekly coaching, but we can always take a community role on that one. Monthly action steps to have a better quality of life and business. Again, I do not teach rat race techniques. If you are telling me that I got to be here and here and here, and I'm only successful if I'm doing okay, we would not be a good fit. Okay, I like to teach people exactly what their goals and aspirations are and get you there. Okay, but I'm not going to teach you how to do all the things and be busy brain and chase money and not be happy. Your happiness first. Business and money will always follow your happiness. It is just a natural law of attraction of how it works. If you're putting good juju out there, you're going to be successful financially. So we are not going in a rat race. We don't do that. You live your best life, not in a rat race. You will be able to take advantage of other guest speakers each month. So we'll have brand experts come in. We'll have HR experts come in. We'll have web development experts come in. Sales, marketing, lawyers, attorneys, all the people that can help us better grow our business in a community. And more importantly, is a community of doers. If you are not looking to advance yourself, your business, you are not looking to elevate, this will not be the community for you. If you are very much content and fine where you are, then kudos to you. But I really love to be around people. I really enjoy helping people, and I really enjoy having that relationship. Before COVID, I really wanted like all the pet care providers to like go on a cruise together and have like a yearly pet care cruise. Like how cool would that be? So I really like to be around people and community. So if this is you, definitely let's learn more about you and your business. Like let's just stop giving you advice that we're kind of like might have worked for me or you. I want to know where you are. Are you in the city, the suburbs? Because the advice or the feedback we give you is going to be based off of your exact situation, okay? Not our previous experience. But typically where we give advice from previous experiences. Okay? And this is me. I'm nobody special. I am just a girlfriend that knows what is possible. And what's possible is everything. You guys are bosses, okay? Bosses. You got to take it, own it, believe it, and enjoy whatever it is you want to do. Just know it is possible to have exactly what you want. These blue waters of Santorini, I want to go back. But it's possible. It's possible. Now, it's a no contract after being in the group. If you are not satisfied, you're like, you know what? I don't want to be in the group. Cool. Send us an email so you don't want to be in the group. That's it. That's it. All right. So the group right now is $97 for a founding member in the summit. So before the summit is over, you will have it for $97 a month. And after the summit, it will go up to $147. Ding, ding, ding. I am extending the early bird promotion that we had before the summit started. 2-day only. So for $49, so cheap. I don't even want to tell you guys how much money I've spent in my life. But $49 will get you in the summit, early bird pricing, 2-day only. So 10/7. Go on our website, book your all access pass, lock in your rate, use a promo code for 20% off from any of the speakers. They all have one. And get yourself in the room. Get yourself in the room. So cheap. So, why are you here? To save time. Why are you here? To implement. Why are you here? To prepare yourself for the present and for the future. Objection number 1 is usually, I don't have it. I don't have time. Well, it's COVID right now. You have time. And if you really believe you don't have time, I can't help you there. You know, it's a no pressure situation. If you don't have time, you don't want to make time, it's not a priority, it's cool. No beef. Number 2, you don't believe our program is the system to get you there. So everything I've told you today, my vibe, my teaching, you don't believe that it can get you there. No beef. That's up to you. Or you're already living your best life. You're already living your best life. Your business already operates with you, and you just wanted to come and hang out with us. And thank you so much for doing that. That's awesome if that's you. So again, go to startscalesale.com and join us. We would love to have you. So now this is time where I answer any questions. If anybody's had questions, Q&A, ask me anything. A few of our testimonials from Emily. Working with Natasha was exactly what I needed to start putting myself first in business. Oh, I love that. I love self-care. I love you first. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Take care of your heart, your mind, your soul. That is first. And Robin, I got more value out of my time with Natasha than endless searches online wasting time. Whoop whoop! Oh, I do not have time to waste. My style is just very blunt. Like, I'm going to just tell you how it is. I'm going to put it out there. No bojangling. So if you have questions, I'm going to open it up right now for Q&A. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the summit. This has been so much fun. I'm going to do this again. So if you loved it, please give us feedback. I would love to keep the community to tell us what you loved about it, what you wish you had. Any feedback is going to make us better. So this was our, our novel summit. So first round out the door, and it only will get better. If you are loving giveaways and freebies like me, one of the qualifications is to do video. So put yourself out there on video, tag yourself in our hashtag. I'm at the SSS Summit. So our hashtag for the event is I'm at the SSS Summit. And then tag me so I can see it, so we can put you into the giveaway. So many goodies. All right, guys, so I'm going to open us up, and let's chit-chat with your questions.